Hi, tonight's devotional is about Job, and it's called He Gives and Takes Away. Once, a long, long time ago, there was a man named Job. Job was a righteous man. That means he was a good guy. Just like Noah, he tried to do what was right. He listened to God, and God blessed Job. Job had 10 kids, 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 pair of oxen. Everything he had ever wanted. Job had a really good life. Look at Job, God said. He loves me and he does what's right. But then God's enemy, the sneaky old snake that had lied to Adam and Eve, said, he only loves you because you've blessed him. Take away all his stuff and he'll stop loving you for sure. Let's see if you're right, God said. Then that sneaky old snake, his real name is Satan, disappeared and boom. Satan sent bandits who stole Job's oxen and donkeys. Then he caused a fire that burned up all Job's sheep. Then more bandits came and took his camels. Then, worst of all, a windstorm knocked down the house where Job's kids were, and they all died. Job was very sad. He ripped his clothes. That's what people used to do long ago when they were sad, and he sat in the dirt. But did he stop loving God? Nope. Job said, God gave me all these things, and God can take them away. Blessed is the name of God. Job still loved God. Then God's enemy said, what if Job's sick? Then he would stop loving you. Let's see if you're right, God said. Boom. Satan covered Job with sores all over. His head hurt, his feet hurt, everywhere in between hurt. Job was miserable. Then Job's friends came to visit. They wanted to help Job. These terrible things have happened because you've done something terrible, they said. Tell us what you've done. But Job replied, I haven't done anything terrible. I've been following God. Job's friends didn't believe him. These bad things must be punishment. You need to stop being bad, they said. But I've been good, Job yelled. Job was getting angry. His friends were getting angry too. You're terrible friends, Job yelled. And God, why don't you help me out? Why don't you tell them I've been good? You're not being fair. Just then a whirlwind showed up like a small tornado, and Job and his friends heard a voice. It was God's voice. Who created the seas? God asked. Who created the giant animals? Who put the stars in space? God's voice boomed from the whirlwind. And who is calling me unfair? Job put his hand over his mouth. His whole body was shaking in fear. Then God turned to Job's friends. Just because bad things happen to Job doesn't mean that he's been bad. There's more going on than you can see, God said. Now, Job's friends shook with fear. Did God tell Job about the enemy who said that Job wouldn't love God if bad things happened to him? No, he didn't. Why not? Because Job didn't need to know everything. Job just needed to trust God, even when life was hard. I have spoken about things I did not understand, Job said. God is fair. Then God healed Job's sickness. Job had more kids, and God gave Job more camels, sheep, oxen, and donkeys, twice as many as he had before. Job learned that bad things sometimes happen to good people. He also learned that even when life doesn't make sense, God is still in control, and God can be trusted. The tricky bits. So why do bad things happen to good people? This is one of the trickiest questions about faith. The simple answer is because we live in a broken world. See, when Adam and Eve sinned, God's perfect world became broken. Everything changed, except God. He is always good and always with us, no matter what. All right, here's the questions to talk about with your parents. Are you ready? Why did Job and his friends think that God was being unfair? Pause the video and talk about it. Next question. When bad things happen, do you get mad or pray and ask God to help you? Pause the video and talk about it. All right, would you pray with me? Dear God, thank you for the blessing you give us and even the trials that help us grow. We will trust you even when bad things happen because you are good and fair and kind. Amen. I'll see you tomorrow night for a bedtime story. Bye.